Hello everyone, Joker Plays here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I decided to kind of do a walkthrough on the process that I use to essentially build a lot of those unique specialty builds that you see videos of that I make. And honestly, the process is kind of fun, and so I figured I'd start with doing a video on exactly that. So this one is going to focus on the free items that you're going to get as part of the Brick or Treat Lego Pass that is going to be going on this go around. I did introduce that in another video, but now you get to take a look and see exactly the impact of how many pieces you're going to be getting. So from here, start to finish, we've got end tables, unique beds, seats, coffee tables, lighting, rugs, more beds, counters, more seats, bathtub fixtures, commodes, sinks, so on and so forth. So many different counter options, shelving, more seats, nice fireplace. Then we've got a build that will also come with a bunch of different free build pieces that you can use. So if you complete that Lego Pass, you're going to see all of these items come into your inventory as you progress. And these items are going to allow a lot of different expandability. We even got wall pieces and a ceiling light as well. So what I like to do to start my builds off is, honestly, I just lay all of these out into a huge area, and then it gives me the opportunity to really take a look at each and every single one of these pieces to determine what, if any, I can use to do a unique build. So as I start looking at these pieces, what I like to do is I like to look at size, height, squareness. So this table right here looks really well. It is flat. It would serve as a good surface to essentially start a build with. The bed assignment, or not a bed, but this is not a bed assignment, but this is actually a bed. It is a unique piece. It is kind of like a coffin. That's good, but it's more decoration. These little end tables in particular, I like the shape of it. It is square. It is a 2x2 piece with specific height, so you can use that in various little knickknacks. These seats, they're good to tuck in. They are 2x2s. This one right here in particular is more square than this one. This has some poker things sticking out the back, so this you might be able to tuck. That may be a little bit harder. This chair with the black cat, while it looks amazing, it could serve as other pieces, right? So the black cat in particular, if you put two of these side by side, maybe it could serve as something. The table, if we invert it on its side, it could look like wings, so on and so forth. Another bed assignment, or bed, I keep saying bed assignment. You got some rugs that have neat decor on them. Those can be placed on the sides as decorations. This seat in particular, I was checking this one out. It is square. If we were to do some rotations with this, it will change the pattern or the direction that this is facing. It is also mirror image, so what's on the left side is on the right side. So if we wanted to use these front and back, this can be used as essentially wingtips as well. So I'm looking for things like that. The counters I pay a lot of attention to in particular, because these will allow me to potentially build the body of an aircraft or a vehicle. So this would start as a foundation, so I like looking at the counters or something like that. This table is nice and square as well. I kind of like the shape of that. So you're also going to have varying degrees of height, and so all those play a factor in maybe potentially what you're going to want to build. Let's see, more rugs, neat decoration. The bathroom fixtures I don't really use too much in builds, but they do come in handy from time to time as little decoration pieces to add or enhance the build. This table here, while it is wider, it is also very square, so this would make it also a great foundation piece. And you've got more chairs that could serve other purposes, so take a looking at that. And then you've got this fireplace that looks really neat. So when you have pieces that look like this, right, it is a kind of a focus piece. This is what I like to try and say, you know what, let me figure out a way to incorporate this into the build. So I'm going to take this, and this piece right here, this fireplace, I think I'm going to try and incorporate into a build. What? I don't know yet. I'm just kind of taking a look at all of these pieces. We've got some of these decorations, shelving, another bed. Some of the things I look at is, does any of this offer storage? Well, this one does. So this is an enticing cabinet, or technically I think it's a refrigerator. And so you look at this, it is kind of square, but it does have a protrusion on it. So if you look at it from overhead, the handle and stuff that stick out will play a role in whether or not you can use this side by side or stacked on top of each other. This bookcase is nice and square. It is nice and flat. This would make an excellent foundation. So one of the things I'm going to look at is, I'm going to say, hey, can I attach a thruster to this? And the answer is yes. So if I can attach a thruster to this, then that means that I can actually do some unique builds. So if I wanted to, most likely I can attach a tire to this as well. And the answer is yes. Okay, so these are other things that I look at. And so with that being said, I'm going to probably end up using this bookcase as part of the body of something. So I like the way that looks as well. Let's see, what about the back side? Can I do something on the back side? And yes, I can. And then, so then let's look at the front side. No, okay. What about a pressure plate? Let's see if I can stick a pressure plate on there. No, so the front may not be structural, but that doesn't mean that it cannot still happen. So let's try something else. So what I'm doing is I'm attaching a block, I'm checking for flatness, and yes, it does work. So if we attach a block to this piece, and then we come over here, and then we grab thruster yet again. Sometimes we have the ability to aim a thruster, and now look, now we can attach something onto here. So since that's happening, I also have the ability now to go in and potentially add other items. Let's see, so it's still saying supporting piece. Okay, so we'll work with this. This bookcase does offer some unique positions, so I'm going to take that into account. Then we're going to go into the free build that we got. This is going to give us some railing options, some staircases, roof pieces, wall items, and new flooring. So between the combination of all of this, we can definitely come up with something good. So I'll see you back in a minute once my brain starts working. All right, we are back, and we're going to try and start figuring out what to build. I'm going to do a simple build right now, only because we got a lot of action out of that bookcase. So let's go ahead and start with that. I'm going to go ahead and place a jack. And if you look here, we cannot lay the bookcase on its side. It's going to want to go up and down. So that means we're going to want to try and figure out a way to rotate it. We'll get to that here in just a second. So yeah, bear with me and I will rotate this piece. Alright, we are back, and as you can tell, I have rotated this bookcase. It is now laying on its back on a new jack, and what this is going to allow me to do is to start adding some pieces to the side or potentially the front of it as well. So now let's go back here. We'll take a look at some of our pieces and see if anything may inspire us to add it to the front. I was taking a look at this seat a little earlier, and that looks like it could be a kind of a neat front end to something, so we may give that a go. Let's see what else. kind of lights maybe. Okay, we have some small decor items as well. Some bananas. Let's see. Oh, we've got this neat little red chair. So I kind of like that. Let's see. So this piece is kind of unique as well. It looks to be about the right width. So maybe we can experiment with that a little bit. So let's come back over. All right, we have located the piece, and let's see. It does look like it fits pretty well. And so fits right there at the end. And this would make for an interesting front end. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that for right now. Let's see what else. All right. I mean, technically, we can slap some wheels on this thing. We got a car, so let's give that a go first. We'll start with the back wheels. And those are sitting flush. I like the way those look. Let's go to this side. Those are on there as well. And let's try and toss on some front wheels. Too far. All right, put those right there. Those right there. And it is starting to look a lot like a vehicle of some sort. Alright, we are now back and it's time to finish off this vehicle. We've got tires on it, we've got our front end, we've got essentially a functioning vehicle, but nowhere to, or no means to drive it yet. So let's start working on that. To begin that process, we know we need to do something about the front ends, or on top of the bookcase. It does not allow you to place pieces freely. So we're going to make it to where we can place some pieces. To do that, I'm going to start off with placing a block here in the back, then putting down a pressure plate. What that's going to allow me to do is to go ahead and aim a driver's seat, get it in the middle, and now I can freely move it and attach it where I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and place that one right there. And as you can see, my seat is in place. Now remember that fireplace? That was a focal point that I wanted to be part of this build. I'm going to go ahead and add that as well. So I'm going to go ahead, go up here, aim at that pressure plate once again, go into building, and let's see, I've got that in my favorites right now. So aiming at the pressure plate, and let's see, I've got that in place. So now I have the fireplace in there as well. The seat is kind of centered in the middle. That's kind of where I want it, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's leave it right there for right now. Let's see what else. We've got some neat decoration pieces over here. I like these little grinders, so I think I'm going to incorporate those for the side of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and aim at our pressure plate once again. We've got the grinder saved. Let's see if we can get these in place. And the answer is yes. So let's put one right there. One right there. We're going to rotate it. Oh, we can put another one right there. And one right there. So we now have something on the sides of our vehicle. I kind of like that. Looking good, looking good. And let's see if we could put some out front. I was looking at the different pieces. I thought about going with the sink, but that may be a little too tall. So another one of the unique pieces we were looking at a little while ago was this seat with these bones. So let me go ahead and incorporate that into the mix. aim this, and let's see, I'm gonna bring this forward. Put one right there, another one right there, and so now we have 2 seats we could potentially use. Let's see. Yep, we got somebody in the driver's seat, and then if we go up here to the front of the vehicle, we can put people in the front as well. So not only is it used for decoration, we have some cool little decor as well. Looking at the driver's seat, is this where I want it? Let's see, maybe let's see if we can tuck something else in there. These jack-o'-lantern tables, Zen tables might be able to fit in there. Let's see. We've got some corners. Let's do some lighting. So let's figure it out. We had these candles here. Those were 1x1s. So I'm going to go up here to the top. Aim at the pressure plate once again. Go to lighting. And let's see if I can get some candles tucked away. The answer is yes. Alright, so now we have some candles up front. Perfect. And I think maybe we're going to just move the driver's seat back a little bit. Let's try that. Alright, so alright, we're going to move the driver's seat back just a hair. Now that it's centered between the fireplace, that is looking pretty good. I like that. And I think we have a fully functional vehicle with everything I want to do up front. So we're going to go ahead and break this off. Let's go ahead and check tire rotation. That is good. Rotation on this side, we need to flip. All right. Now if we want here in the back, this would be a good place to add some storage. Let's see. Okay, now that the entire front section of our vehicle is built, it is time to move to the back, and what I think this one is going to need is a little bit of storage to wrap it up. So to do that, this one's going to be unique. We're going to go ahead and take a thruster. We're going to take a thruster or a pressure plate in this case. Let's try the pressure plate. We're gonna slap that right here on the side. On the back, it will fall on that last little ridge piece, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to our storage chests, get a couple of grand chests, aim at that pressure plate. You'll see that it did flip. Let's see. Alright, there we go. It is now green, and we're going to get the grand chest in place. You'll see we got the first one in place. Now with that first one in place, we can go ahead and remove the pressure plate. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and now aim at this chest that we just put down and get that lined up in place. And we'll have 2 right back to back, and we are good to go. So now our vehicle. All right, now that we have our chests on the back, we have plenty of storage. So now our vehicle looks to be pretty complete. We could drive this around while having plenty of storage. Tires are going the right direction. So the only thing left to do is get this thing dropped. Yes. All right, all of that, we are now good to go. We have a vehicle that does have the chests. It is spinning in the right direction. We've got some cool looking decorations to make it look neat, and now it's time to take this thing out for a spin. And I'd like to personally thank all of you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this helps all of you in trying to come up with your own personal creations that you can build using the Brick or Treat Lego Pass. If you want to post what yours looks like in the comments of this video, I'd really appreciate it. I truly look forward to seeing what the other content creators do using a lot of the free to build pieces or Lego Pass pieces as well. It's really neat seeing all these different creative builds because, you know, we're not all the same. So I'm expecting a lot of unique builds from each and every single person out there. But if you do build this one, great. As you could tell, it came out pretty good and it is neat looking, and so that's the whole idea. So I'm going to continue building a lot of these custom little vehicles as the new parts come out, and this is how the creativity process works. So if this video has helped you, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. By the way, YouTube seems to think that you are going to like the video that you see appear on your screen. If you have a few extra moments to watch that, I truly appreciate it. It does help me bring some additional content like this more and more as time progresses, and it also tells YouTube that you are liking what you're seeing. So thanks again, everybody, and until next time, don't forget to keep gaming in your crosshairs.